Chef Gail Sokol, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a festive Hanukkah cake, and we're going to have stripes inside, and it's going to have marbleization on the outside. It's going to be stunning. So I made a zebra cake on a previous video that you can look up, and you can use any color you want. And in honor of Hanukkah, I used blue and white. So my batter was white and my contrasting batter was blue. You could do blue and yellow if you wanted. You could do any other colors you wanted. So I have two 9-inch layers here. They are partially frozen because I like to frost my cakes when they're partially frozen. It's a lot easier to frost them that way. You don't have as much of a crumb layer. So I put it on a turntable. I also have my bottom layer on a cardboard cake circle that's exactly the same size. So this is two 9-inch cake layers. And I made my easiest vanilla buttercream ever, which is also on a video that you can see and make. So I've made that, and I'm going to just quickly frost the middle layer. All right, and because of that cake circle, it's sort of moving around a bit. And you could add anything you wanted on here if you wanted to add some melted chocolate or jam, anything you wanted as a filling. But I just like a nice, see how thick you want it. It doesn't have to be too thick, your filling layer. Sometimes I add a little bit and then add to it. Sometimes I want a thinner one, depending. But we have so many beautiful colors going on here. And I love Hanukkah is blue and gold, and we're going to put this on a beautiful gold platter later. All right, so see what we've got? All right, nice, right? All right, and I'm using an offset spatula, and that's really what you want to use to frost. I'm going to get my second layer. All right, and I'm just going to put it upside down. Remember, this is partially frozen. There we go. All right. You don't worry about that. We're just going to push it down. Okay. And then we're going to fill it in with the frosting. All right. So I put a lot on top. Sometimes you have to go down, you know, sort of low and see what you got. And you may have a little bit of a space, but we're going to fill that with frosting. And remember, because they are partially frozen, sometimes they don't bend as much. Don't let that bother you. All right. Got to show your cake who's boss, right? So we're going to frost. Just go around. And you're doing this as if there's like a ledge here, and we're going over the cliff, and then you're going to take your offset spatula and just sort of guide that frosting down to the bottom. All right, and fill in any gaps that you have. Okay, and you will have some. More frosting. And this is a beautiful frosting that you can flavor any way you want. I just made it vanilla and vanilla cake. And just made it really, really sort of simple yet elegant for Hanukkah. And you'll see what we're going to do with it at the end. And if you have a little excess here, grab that. Go around. And this takes some time to do, so don't rush. Enjoy the process. It's fun to frost. Just go around, and you can see that it is a lot easier to frost when there's not a lot of crumbs. The cake is not warm. You never want to frost a warm cake, because your buttercream will melt. All right. And I really don't want to see the blue. So the blue layers, you want to sort of cover them because that's a surprise. When you cut into the cake, it's going to be a beautiful surprise. All right. Some people use an offset spatula and some people use this flexible bowl scraper, and you can do the same as well, the same thing if you don't have an offset. And offsets come in all different sizes, and we're going to be using a smaller one too. I'm just going to get that all around. All right. And get it as smooth as you want. You don't have to have it perfectly smooth. And then you can just use this as well. Okay. And then remember, this is just going to, once we lift this up and put it on our serving platter, you won't even see that. All right. If you want to get it super smooth, you can actually take a giant glass of hot water and just dip your offset in there, clean it off so you don't have any water around it, and just sort of guide it around and make it smooth. All right, see how nice and smooth that is? But we're going to be adding some colors, some beautiful colors. All right, we're not using a pastry bag today. I'll show you what we're going to be doing. We're going marble. We're going marble. Okay. So now I have tiny offset spatulas, and I took a little bit of this frosting and I made different shades of blue. So I have royal blue, I have sky blue, I think this was the sky blue, this is the royal blue, and this is cornflower blue. So just a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of this, just going to go around. Just every once in a while, on top, on the sides, you're just going to go around with the different colors. We're going to smooth them out, and they're going to become marbleized when we're done. All right? Don't worry about how they look right now. So just give it a little schmear, as they say. Sort of like you're putting cream cheese on that bagel. A little schmear. And you're going to do all your different colors. All right? And we're going to be using a different offset for each one. So, a little bit of this one. And you don't want them too close. Just get them sort of all over the place. All right. And you'll see how beautiful. They're going to come out different every time you make this cake. And the more colors you use, every one will have a different pattern. That's the fun of it. That is the fun of it. All right, so just take little dabs of my cornflower blue. All right, a little bit of cornflower blue. And if you want to practice how to do this, get an upside down cake pan and frost the outside of the cake pan with a little bit of frosting, and you can actually practice and sort of smear it and see how it turns out. But it really will be really cool. It's really cool. All right. So when you think you've had enough, you're going to clean this one, or you can even use this one as well. And again, you want this offset to be dry, and you're just going to go. All right. You can stop when you want. Isn't that cool? It sort of looks sort of psychedelic. Gorgeous. All right, gorgeous. have a little extra frosting, that is fine. Just make sure you clean it off because you don't want to go over it constantly. So go in one direction, pick a direction, doesn't matter which one you go, and just stay in that direction. See how pretty? See how pretty? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm done. And then you say, no more. Stop messing with it, okay? Because I don't know about you, but I had so much fun decorating, I never want to stop. So I have this beautiful gold platter, and there's a reason I chose gold. And because it's on this beautiful cake circle, it's going to be easy to move. We're just going to move it off into my beautiful cake circle, okay? And then I have gelt, and we're going to put some gelt on top. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. You have to make this Hanukkah cake. And as much as you want. It's gorgeous. Look at this gorgeous Hanukkah cake. I hope you make this cake and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get your kids involved. I hope you become a subscriber. Until next time, happy Hanukkah.